it's really common among young people, if you hadn't noticed, to rebel against their parents. And as part of that, to adopt phrases or images from other religions as if they're kind of cool, but Christian phrases and images aren't. You go to the typical teenage store, despite the fact that there's almost no Buddhist American young people who are really sincere Buddhists, you'll find Buddha statues, you won't find crosses. Or if you're listening to conversations between young people or kids in college, you might hear them drop phrases like karma, like it's common speech and normal. But if they talk about the saving grace of Jesus Christ, suddenly, whoa, they're religious fanatics. I got to talk a little bit about karma and why it's not all it's cracked out to be. Frankly, why it stinks. A lot of people who are raised Christian use words like karma and have a very vague understanding of what karma actually is. They think, karma means that you do good things will happen to you. Do bad things will happen to you. So you better make sure you send out generally good vibes to the universe, so the universe will send good vibes back to you. What karma actually is a lot darker and less hopeful than that. I had a great conversation with a Hindu guy the other day, and I love talking to people of other faiths, in part because I revere other faiths, and also because I just love people. But I don't love having these conversations because I think it's all the same and all faiths are, basically the same thing and it doesn't make any difference, because that's not true. But he told me about his experience and belief in karma. And he said that he committed sins, made mistakes when he was young, and that he feels like he's destined to have a difficult life for the rest of his life because of things that he did when he was a young man. And I said, is there any way out of that cycle? And he said, no. The most he could do is pray that the penalties for his sins be given to him slowly, over time, and not that painfully, so he's set up for a better next life. He said, is there any redemption, any forgiveness, any hope outside of that system? He said, no. That's how karma works. Guys, that's what karma is. It's a system that holds you in bondage to your own sins. So when you're using phrases like karma, and you're hesitant to use phrases like grace because, that's not cool. It's a Christian phrase. You need to wake up to the fact that there's nothing cooler than grace. Guys, grace is freedom. Grace is redemption. Grace is not karma. It's not getting what you deserve. It's getting precisely what you don't deserve, which is free love, mercy, and a forgiveness that you could never possibly earn. That's what we get because Jesus loves us. That's awesome. How about we stop using phrases from other faiths that we don't really understand as if they're all cool, and start using phrases again like grace, openly, freely, because we're recipients of the best news ever. Let's stop being afraid of that.